Today on Pat's Car Garage, broken, rusty sway bar end links in Canada. How can that be? Anyway, as you can see, a lot of garbage here is pretty rusty, so there will be a full suspension rebuild that I'll do eventually. However, in the meantime, because I'm a little bit pressed for time in the next few months, I'm only going to be replacing the obvious problems. Yeah, as you can see, my end link broke off right at the tip there. And since the sway bar moves like that, it means it's also broken on the other side. So pretty simple, jack your axle up, place it on jack stands, pop the wheel off, and there's not that much torque on these top nuts. I was surprised, mine actually budged. I tested that before I started filming. But this part here, oops, I'm not gonna block it, but the part right there in the middle, you can fit an 8mm wrench to stop it from moving because it's notched. And as you can see, like, it's nice and solid, so that will prevent the end link from spinning while they try to take that top nut off. The sequence is as follows, because the bushings, they come, that's the old one that I removed. The end links, they come in a bunch of different pieces and you have to assemble it yourself. So the sequence is as follows. This goes up through the bottom first, to the bottom of the axle. Then you slide on another bushing like this. So slide on another bushing like that. And then you put another washer like this on top. Then you put the spacer. Then you put another bushing facing up. Not bushing, but a washer facing up. Another bushing, again facing up. And then you pass that through the sway bar. And on top you put a bushing, you put a washer, you put the nut. And for now, I'm gonna leave the top one open up because you have to do the other side before tightening this down. Otherwise, you won't have enough movement in the anti-roll bar to get the other one in. So leave this like that for now. Come back to it when you've done the other side. As you can see, bushing, washer, and finally the nut. A quick little tip to maybe prevent rust in the future. I put a small amount of silicone grease on the ends of the threads, just so that water doesn't get in there and doesn't corrode the threads and seize that nut on. But otherwise, the official torque spec is 27 foot-pounds. But honestly, if you just go with a small wrench and you go by hand and you just sort of watch how squished the bushings become, like you can eyeball it pretty well. It's got to be solid, but not completely demolishing those bushings. So just keep that in mind. And here's the aftermath. This is the one from the other side. I was actually unable to remove it because the spot for the wrench where you can slide it on, my wrench expanded up a little bit and it was just not grabbing anymore. That's what you get for buying cheap wrenches, I suppose. But see here, I was able to actually shear the end off because the top was broken, so that whatever, it wasn't connected to the sway bar, no big deal. But then the bottom was just spinning and spinning and spinning when I was trying to remove the nut. So turns out you can fit your wrench in there with a nut and you have enough room to like put a lot of leverage on it, so you can actually just shear that end off. So I sheared that off, the thing fell out, and there you go, installed a new one and all is well.